Josh from CycleHunters.com, and today we have a 2012 Honda CBR 250R. So, you want to get into riding. Maybe you've never ridden before, but you want to get a bike that's somewhat sporty and modern looking and super reliable. Well, we all know why they say it's a Honda. Really, any of the modern day bikes today, you don't have to worry too much about them because they're all extremely comparable. They're fighting for your dollar. They want you to buy their products, so they got to be solid machines. And these bikes today are nothing short of solid. Trust me, they're really, really good. And as we get into this one, you're going to see it's super clean. It's in great shape, fully service inspected, detailed, and it is going to be ready to go for when you come to pick your bike up. All right, so what we have here is pretty much a stock bike with some frame sliders added, some aftermarket levers, and they are adjustable, which is really cool. And we also have the Pooch windscreen. So it's a little bit of an extra larger windscreen, which is really nice because it's going to help block all that wind and keep you from being tired from all the wind pressure. But now, as you can see, very clean bike. This is an excellent bike for if you're looking to just do some commuting back and forth to work, want to talk about saving gas. Well, absolutely, this is going to be a bike for that. Jump on it, thumb the starter, get going down the road. You're not going to have any problems. This bike is great in terms of gas mileage handling. It's very lightweight, which brings you to the spot where if you are somebody that's wanting to learn how to ride and you've never given it a try, or really this is kind of the first you're thinking of it, but you like sporty bikes, well, like I said, this is a great bike for that. So you can sit on it and be extremely comfortable right from the get-go because they're not heavy. They're very light, and these things lend themselves to brand new riders so that you're not going to be intimidated. It's going to help boost your confidence. So it has a light clutch pull. The motor is, although it's snappy, it's powerful, it's not going to freak you out. It's not a scary bike whatsoever. Any machine can get away from you, but this gives you the ability to sort of get your sea legs, get comfortable with riding, learn the clutch gas brake relationship so that eventually you get into the bigger bikes. But these 250s are great all around bikes. You're just not it's not going to be the best performer on the highways. That's not what it's about. But for commuting, this is awesome. College students that just want something to run around on campus and get back and forth to, where they live, or get back and forth to work. These bikes are absolutely great bikes for those purposes. That's really what these are all about. So let's check it out here. This bike has 3,962 miles on it. For a 2012, that is really not a lot of mileage. So let's see here. We have a left turn signal, left rear, here's your horn. So right rear, and right front. And let's see if I have to turn this on for the high beam or not. I'm not sure. Nope. So that's your high beam, that's your low beam. But I may have to pull the clutch here. Nope. Fires right up. Yep. There we go. And again, not intimidating. Little 250 like that, like I said, you can just jump on this thing. You go anywhere you want for the most part. As long as you're not taking big trips. Look, you can do that. You can do anything you really want, but it all boils down to relative comfort and the ability for the bike to do it in its own comfort state where it's not getting taxed at the higher revs, because you get this out on the highway and try to keep up with highway speeds. Although you can do it, it's just the bike doesn't really prefer to do it. But as far as the 250 world goes, these are awesome. I mean, they're stylish right off the bat. They look good. And the paint on this one in particular is in really, really great shape. We're not talking a whole lot. There's a couple little blemishes here and there. But there's not a whole lot that you got to be worried about as far as any blemishes on here. Very, very small little things, if any. There's a couple scuffs on the shield for the exhaust here. Oh, you know what? Let's do the brake. That's foot brake. And that's your hand brake. The tiniest of little, almost negligible, really. Can't really see it. And here's the battery tender lead. Every one of our bikes has a 48-point checklist that we use to go over the bike with to make sure that when you get it, it's as best as we can possibly make it. As close to as to what it was when it was new. It's a used bike, but we bring it up to the highest level we can make it. A couple little right there. Just that right there. And it looks pretty good now. These are so fun. They're very, very inspiring for confidence for anybody that's a brand new rider. And if you are a brand new rider and you've been looking for something like this, they're great. You know, any of the 250s, they're really great for learning. Tiny little one right there. But that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not really a whole lot going on with blemishes on this bike. Obviously, it hasn't been ridden a whole lot with the low mileage. But you can see it's in really great shape. Pop the back seat here. You have some storage space. It's big enough for maybe a hat, some gloves, some small items. We also attach the battery tender lead, and you can store that right inside there. You can see it's got a decent sized rear passenger seat for your passenger. You know, and again, this bike's not going to be super snappy with the power. You know, it brings on the power nice and smooth. It's a bike that, like I said, if you're brand new, awesome bike to ride for a brand new rider. If you're just somebody that's looking to have a bike to commute with, go back and forth to work, and you'll want to save gas, plus enjoy the ride on these nice sunny days, these are awesome bikes for that purpose. Absolutely. Just a good looking bike. Look at that paint. Yep, there's a little bit of a there it is. It's kind of tough to see them. Very smooth. Got your passenger pegs. I mean, very straightforward bike. Very straightforward. So if you are digging the 2012 Honda CBR 250R give us a call at 717-273-1809. You can see our full list of inventory at www.cyclehunters.com. You can email us at cyclehunters@gmail.com. We have financing options available. We can sometimes deliver bikes, ship bikes. We have aftermarket warranties available. You can just let us know what you need. If we can possibly help accommodate you, we definitely do our best to do that. Because riding a bike is probably one of the most fun you will ever have. If you've never ridden before, it's really difficult for somebody to explain it. And then once you experience it, you have that permanent smile on your face. And this bike will definitely do that for you, especially if you're brand new and you're looking for something to ride. Or again, you're just a commuter and you want something to make your ride a little bit more enjoyable and save some gas. Absolutely, this is a bike for those purposes. Yep. So, yeah, and this has, looks like new tire in the front and the rear. So she is definitely ready to go. Absolutely. So guys, make sure you hit like and subscribe. Hit the bell for when we upload new bikes to the shop's inventory. Check them out, leave a comment. Try to get back to you as much as we can. But until the next bike, happy riding.